Hello everybody, this is Jarrell from the editing room. To explain what's happening in this video, I forgot to turn my mic on for the first 35 minutes of the stream. So instead of getting rid of all that footage, I wanted to show you guys what my process was, as far as how I got the picture to where it was by the time the audio starts. I start with a real-life drawing first, that I do on pencil and paper. I scan that in, and then I go over it again with some blue line. I use my sizers to change the proportions of the picture to match what I like. You'll notice in this one I changed her head size and her hand size. And I started the line art a little bit before I realized the mic was off. But I wanted you guys to at least see how I got from point A to point B by the time the mic turns back on. But I hope you enjoy the rest of the stream. The rest of it is just how the stream went naturally without any editing tricks or anything. And I hope you enjoy. Hello, welcome to the live art stream. We were having some technical difficulties and I didn't realize that our sound wasn't working or on. So, let's take it from the top. Let me explain what I've been up to for this little drawing here. So I am on the software known as Krita. This is a free third-party software. It is available for Microsoft, Apple, iOS, and Linux. It's a free alternative to software such as... I'm blanking. It's a free... I'm sorry, it's been a long day. It's a free software compared to, say, Adobe Photoshop and Clip Studio Paint. It does pretty much the same features as all of them, except for it doesn't have that animation feature that Studio Paint does. So for the purposes of this drawing, we're only going to use the basics of it. So for this one, I have a pencil sketch that I did before I started drawing all this. I normally like to start with a pencil sketch before I actually get started with my art, at least digitally. And then I upload it to the computer, where I go over it and I change some of the proportions. For example, you'll notice that the hands are a lot bigger on the pencil sketch, so I made it smaller on the blue lines. And I also changed the head's positioning and its sizing. And with my process, I like to use the blue sketch so I can change proportions, change the outfit, change whatever I need to, and have a basic structure for when I do my line art. So this is Pate de Rolo. He is not going to be connected to any strands as of yet, like he is in the pencil sketch. I'm going to save that for the coloring process because I want to put some effects on him. Sorry, I'm a little thrown off because I was actually talking for 20 minutes and and nothing was being picked up, but it's fine. We gotta roll with these punches. Technical difficulties are the backbone of every stream. So, after I finish the blue lines, I do the line art, which goes directly over the blue lines. However, I'm going to turn off the hard pencil sketch, and I'm going to lower the opacity on this blue sketch. And I'm going to continue to do line art here. Those of you watching on Twitch, you already saw this whole process. All of you guys on YouTube VOD, we're probably going to start here to save me the embarrassment of talking to myself for 20 minutes with no one listening. But hello, Miss Perfectly Splendid. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you again. And you too, Team Fiend. Ah, no, go away, line. So, you guys on Twitch probably noticed these little ghost lines showing up. I don't like them because that's just my tablet picking up random strokes that I don't like. And so I've actually had to put on drawing gloves. That way I can get rid of these little lines here. And they don't show up and ruin the drawings. Yeah, my glove isn't perfect. It's literally just a workout glove I don't use anymore that I cut holes into. Okay, you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, so what is the main difference between me doing sketches versus me doing line art is that I normally put on the stabilizer for my line art because I have shaky hands and it saves my butt. So right now I'm doing her hair, you know, like a hairstylist. And she has a sort of Snooki thing going on from Jersey Shore, where her hair is taken from the middle and thrown to the back. I don't know what that style is actually called. I know nothing about hairstyles. I just let mine grow. And what's neat about Laudna is that she has a little ball peen hammer in her hair. I think that's really cool. And her motif is that she fixes things, like she has the mending cantrip on hand. Nope, that came out crooked. And she likes to fix little knickknacks and such. Okay, let me look at the chat real quick. It's perfectly splendid. I am thinking about buying a drawing tablet for school. What do you use? What do you recommend? So my drawing tablet that I personally use is called a Cintiq Companion 2. They don't actually make these anymore, unfortunately. Ah! What is happening? See, you don't want mine. These things happen. Mine's is pretty old. I bought this when I first started college back in... What? Where do I don't remember. It's about 8 years old, honestly. And it's on its last legs. Cintiqs are very expensive. This one cost me $2,000 at the time. But you don't need something that crazy expensive to have for a drawing tablet. What is this? See, this is a prime example. Oh my lord. Okay. Let's just use the line thingy. I'm tired of this. There we go. That's a straight line. So, Wacom has a ton of more affordable tablets, like the bamboo tablets, as well as the Intuos tablets. That was my first one that I ever had. That one ran about $300 at the time. It is an investment. Like, drawing tablets are very expensive. However, if you have an iPad, you can also get Procreate, which is a software that they have, which I believe is free. I don't actually have an iPad, so I don't know. I have tons of friends who have them, and they swear by it. As far as software goes, there's tons of different drawing softwares. There's plenty of free ones out there, such as Krita, like the one I'm using. And then if Clip Studio Paint is more your speed, they always have discounts and sales. I think it normally runs about 100, but every couple months they have a huge discount on their software. Like me personally, I think I bought my Clip Studio Paint at $50-something. I think. Oh no, I bought it like 2 years ago. I've only touched it once, and it was new and scary, and I didn't like it. So I stick to what I know unless I have to move on. But yeah, I would recommend starting with a Intuos or a bamboo tablet, something simple, because you don't really need anything fancy to do digital art. Although having a Wacom Cintiq that you can draw directly onto and not have to draw directly on your desktop was a lifesaver for me back in animation school. Especially since mine was portable and I can take it with me. It saved me hours of work. I need to increase the size for this. Yeah. money is always a forever issue, in my opinion. Like, even though I have a full-time job and YouTube and all of that, I feel like there's always expenses to be made, you know? Always things to buy. I'm just gonna do this line thingy here. I'm tired of trying to draw a straight line and failing. That is one thing that all artists struggle with. Circles and straight lines. We just can't. And if you are an artist and you can draw a perfect circle, you are not. You are a anomaly. So congratulations. There we go. I don't know if you guys can tell. I am super nervous because I've been having so many tech issues today. And the simple act of drawing, one of my favorite things, is stressful. That's fine. I just gotta get back into the groove. We'll be okay. Yeah, I haven't streamed in so long because life has been very rough. My personal life has been very hectic, very chaotic. But it is slowing down, things are getting more stable, and so I'm able to do more things that I enjoy, which is great. I don't like how that line came out. I also plan on uploading a time-lapse of these little drawing videos to the YouTube channel afterwards, so I'm going to keep the whole thing. As far as the VOD, I'm probably going to start where the microphone started picking up. But you'll find the whole drawing process on YouTube either way. So the VOD will be a separate video from the time lapse. Oh my lord. Go away, you happy little accidents. There we go. What is this little line here? Is that a part of the line art? It is. Ooh, I gotta get rid of that. Okay. Gotta be a little precise. I'm switching from using the pen to the mouse for this. These bug me. I am a perfectionist when it comes to my art that I care about. I'm just doodling, it's fine, but these I want to be nice and pristine because people are going to be looking at these. Here we go. Let's fix that eyebrow. This is my process for when I do animatics. It used to be, actually. I recently switched from using Krita for my storyboard. Alright, that needs to stop. I used Krita for my storyboards for my first couple of boards, but I recently switched over to Storyboard Pro. That's another super expensive program. Oh my god, that is a bank breaker. But what I would do is I would do my little sketches on Krita, and I would use the opacity to draw the little facial changes and emotional changes and expressions, and then just really play with layers. Playing with layers was the game changer for those initial storyboards. And I would use Adobe Premiere to take the individual drawings and put them into video form. And that's how I did the animatics back in the day. I say back in the day like it was forever ago. It was like, what, 2 months ago? But I want to say starting in September, I switched over to Storyboard Pro. And so I do everything on there now. That way I can do my little camera movements and my little editing tricks. And it just makes the video feel a little more, you know, film friendly. Cinematic, that's the word I was looking for. A little more cinematic. I can word like the best of them. No, I can't. Stop it! Oh my god. There we go. Yeah, drawing on Krita used to be my process, but I've recently changed. I think I need to get an actual drawing glove because this isn't working. Since my tablet's been acting up, my process has slowed down tremendously because I have to fix those little errors, and those things add up. You know, one of the things I still struggle with when it comes to line art and coloring is makeup. I struggle with makeup. Technically, Laudna's not using makeup. It doesn't seem like she does. It seems like her skin is like naturally super pale. Her eyes are normally dark. I notice her lips are purple, which typically is common with corpses. I think she's au naturel, but still, conveying that in color form is really difficult for me. Because, growing up, I wasn't really around a lot of women who wear makeup. If they did, it was mostly just like eyeliner and really heavy lipstick. That's what we used to. Like, I never even heard of lip gloss until I was in high school, you know? Okay, Line, you can stop. There we go. And I kind of struggle with color in the first place. Like, sometimes I think I'm actually colorblind. Apparently I'm not, but I just can't wrap my head around a lot of it. So, when I started doing the thumbnails for these videos, I just really buckled down on getting my flats figured out. My color flats, and that would carry my pictures a lot. Is Laudna my favorite character as of now? I don't know if she's my favorite character, but I am fascinated by her vibe, honestly, because she is kind of wholesome if you think about it. Whoa, that is not what I wanted. She likes fixing things. She likes fixing broken things. She likes just being by herself. She also likes Imogen. I don't think in a romantic sense, but deeply cares for her. Nope. Well, that remains to be seen if it's romantic. I personally don't get that feeling. But if you do, that's fine too. Stop it, tablet. But I'm on a Laudna kick right now because the last video that I posted, I had her do some visual gags in the background, and I thought it was cute and funny. I threw a little bit of a Marisha's personality into the character, like especially with the twerking part. Because I remember the pictures of their wedding, and she was basically twerking on Matt, which was hilarious to me. So I wanted to throw that in there, since the video itself was a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not explicit, but adult themes, I guess. Yeah, makeup is hard to draw. I have a couple friends who are really good at it, but they also tend to use makeup in their personal lives, so that probably helps. Let me turn off the stabilizer for this. Ah! I dropped my mouse. Here we go. Now where was I? Teeth. Oh no, she has sharp teeth, but I like to imagine she does. This is her little extra character. Yeah, I don't think I have a favorite as of yet. But Robbie Damon is definitely a favorite of mine. as of right now. He's just so dang charismatic, and he's a show stealer for a lot of these episodes, and I'm trying not to make animatics about just Dorian. But he makes it so hard, he's so charming. He's hot boys, Laura says. But I really like all of them. Like, I want to know more about Imogen and her deal. Like, having a psionic character is really interesting. Fresh cut grass is obviously super funny. And Fern just doing anything social is amazing. Yeah, I'm just happy that they're back to making episodes, honestly. And Jordan is very appealing. And completely different from Scanlan, it feels like, you know? Because in tabletop, there's always that stereotype of bards sleeping with everything that moves, and Scanlan is definitely that trope. But in a more self-deprecating way, and not a, you know, grandiose way or anything. But the feeling I get from Dorian is a rich kid trying his best and not that great at it. Which has charm, you know? Like socially awkward handsome boy. That looks a little too thick. I'm gonna make that a little thinner looking. Yeah, normally when I draw, I like to have all my work have a goal to them. Like, what is the point of me drawing this character? Because especially in art school, if I was just given a task to draw a character and I didn't think about it too much, they're kind of just standing there, you know? And honestly, that's kind of boring. So for me, I like to have a goal for every character I draw. And in this case, show her in her element, doing her thing, having some personality, and honestly making her kind of uncomfortably attractive. And I think my goal will be met. Stop it, mouse. Yeah, this isn't my normal art setup, so I'm a little slow, and it's a little awkward for me, but we're getting there. Like, I don't draw using a mouse in my right hand, you know? What is my favorite thing to draw? Nature, objects, or people? I'm really bad at nature drawing. I always say I don't know how to draw. Even though I'm clearly drawing now. I prefer people. I've always drawn people. Because humans are fascinating to me, you know? Their expressions, their faces, what they can say with just their eyes. Or the way they wrinkle their faces. It speaks volumes to me. And there's so much personality in just someone's look. Because, especially what they wear, they choose to dress that way for whatever reason. There's a story behind it, you know? Whether they just want to put something on to do errands outside the house, or they want to look a certain way to be appealing. Or even the way they style their hair. Like, Taliesin himself is just a fascinating person to just observe, because he's the kind of guy who just sort of does what he wants without worrying too much about what other people think. And putting that kind of person on paper and just drawing them is wonderful, you I started drawing when I was, I want to say, about 6 or 7. And I pretty much just drew what I saw. The first couple of drawings I ever did was of Sonic the Hedgehog and Dragon Ball Z. And those are mostly character oriented, so I would just draw characters. And I've just been doing that ever since. I've been trying to get better at backgrounds. Like, I've been forcing myself to draw backgrounds more. And I've gotten better at it over time. But I still wouldn't advertise myself as being quote-unquote good at it. I have a long way to go before I feel comfortable with that. Even then, I prefer sketching and line art over painting, because I'm still not really comfortable painting. You know, I'm not good at it. I barely understand little intricacies when it comes to texture or anything. The only thing I really understand is line art and color flats and temperature. And that should be enough to get you pretty far, but for me, I always struggle with it. I don't really know why. It's just not something I'm really great at, but I still do it anyway, because I want to get better at it. Because I want to live my life based off of self-improvement. If I'm not good at something and I want to do it, I'm going to keep doing it until I get better at it. Because honestly, that's what art's all about. Because no one's a master at art. Artists are always trying to self-improve in one aspect or another. So I guarantee you, even if you see someone who is a professional who's making tons of money and selling their paintings, or has been in some kind of media industry for decades or so, they're still trying to better their craft. They probably hate what they do. That's normal for them, you know? Because we're our own worst critics, you know? And yeah, you also have those artists that are super prideful and everything. But that's everywhere. You'll find that everywhere. There's always going to be someone who's like, you know, drinking their own Kool-Aid. You just gotta focus on what you're doing and how to better yourself. You'll get far from that. Do I like to go outside, sit in a random place, and just people draw? I don't. I find that very uncomfortable. I have some friends who love doing that, honestly. But for me personally, that's not my thing. I had plenty of assignments in college where I was required to go to places like either the mall or coffee shops or parks and such and just sketch who I saw. What I would do is I would just take a photo of them and walk away. Just sneakily take a candid photo of everyone in the coffee shop, just one solid picture of as many people as possible, and I would just sketch that at home. Because for me personally, I would hate to be caught on some kind of media like that, like either someone taking a photo of me or just watching me forever and I'm not aware of it. The idea of that just makes me uncomfortable. I know some people are fine with it, and some artists are totally down for doing that. Like, that's what they're all about. For me, it's not. I'd rather not. Yes, I did cheat. But I still did okay with that assignment. You know, I got the point across. Also, with that assignment, it's more like capturing people in the moment, you know? And I get it. But no. I'm not a very shy person either. Like, I'm not exactly introverted or anything. I don't know, I just think that's kind of invasive. But to each their own, you know? Let's see, how are we doing on time? I think we can finish this line art before 9 o'clock. Because now it's mostly just the larger strokes. I may have to do painting on a different stream. That's one thing a lot of people who commission artists don't understand, is that art takes a long time, you know? It is not easy. How am I gonna get this hand down? And it's in there. So it'll be fine if I do it in here. And I mean arm. Duh. I don't like how that line connected. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to invest in a better glove than this. My shoddy homemade one. How's that elbow looking? The elbow goes down here, this one goes here. Let's make that a little bigger then. That proportion's a little funky. So let's go back to the blue lines here. Turn off my stabilizer, go back to the blue coloring, and let's try to make that arm a little more proportionate. That looks a lot better already. On average, how long does it take for me to finish something like this? It depends. With my old setup, I can probably do the line art in about 30 minutes to an hour, but I'm using a new setup right now where my tablet is connected to my desktop. And so my left hand is on my pen, my right hand is on my tablet, or no, my left hand is on the pen, my right hand is on the mouse, and I'm like hunched over because my desktop is not in a good setup. And I'm wrestling with this whole ghost line thing going on. And so honestly, these little mistakes that you're seeing adds a lot of time to the piece. And honestly, I would probably be done already if I had my old setup where I'm just drawing on my tablet directly. Because I don't make that many mistakes on there since I can get into my flow a lot easier. But this is literally my first time drawing in this setup. And it's not terrible, you know, I'm doing alright. But I'm normally a lot faster than this. I can probably do the line art portion for this in about an hour or so. Painting is a different story. It depends on how detailed I want the paintings to be. It's like if I'm doing color flats, it'll probably take me about 2 hours or so. About 1 hour to get the basic color down, another hour to do the color balance to make sure everything looks right and it's cohesive with each other. If I want to do like light and shadow and texture and all that, that'll take another couple of hours. So honestly, I don't think I would be willing to spend more than say 12 hours on a piece altogether. And if I was to spend that long at it, I would hate to stare at the same thing for that long. So I would turn off the tablet, walk away, come back, probably hit it another day, and work on something else in the meantime to keep my eyes fresh. Because when you look at something the next day, it never looks the same, you know? Like you start to notice the little mistakes that you missed, or things that you spent too much time on. And so, in my opinion, the longer the piece is, the more you should break it off in chunks. It's like Leonardo da Vinci. I just mumbled that word. Leonardo da Vinci was known for taking his sweet time with his paintings. Like, he was infamous for just sort of looking at his canvas for hours, you know, just staring at it for long periods of time, making just a few strokes and then walking away and not coming back to it until the next day or the next week. So that's not uncommon to do. And for me personally, I don't like to spend too much time on one piece because then I will slowly lose my mind and I would want to work on something else. I think storyboarding is like the only thing I can just marathon run that. Like, I can work on that for hours and just get lost in time. Not exactly the healthiest thing. I've missed many meals working like that. Hey, who told you to do that? Nobody. There we go. Now, I mentioned this before when the mic was off, sadly. But I'm not going to make Laudna's outfit one-to-one with the official art. I come from an animation background, and I'm used to streamlining character designs to where if I'm going to be drawing them for frame after frame after frame, like literally drawing the same character hundreds of times, little intricacies on their outfits are going to drive me insane and just add so much time to your time frame. Like, I know Laudna has these little designs on her blouse, as well as on her dress she has little rose-like embroideries on it. That would take forever to do in an animated format. And I know this is just an illustration, but I prefer to draw my illustrations in the style of an animation, to where if you so chose to, you can absolutely see it in a professional televised setting. And so I'm going to pay homage to the original outfit, but I'm not going to do every single thing like it. You know what? Let me look at that elbow again. This one's a little too pointy. Let's soften that up a little bit. Let's zoom out and see what that looks like. Yeah, it's not too bad. I can stick with that. That's another thing about drawing like this, is that you don't want to stay too zoomed in for too long. Work on the macro instead of the micro. You know what I mean? Because all these individual drawings are becoming one massive piece. Like drawing her ear, drawing her face, drawing her hands, they're all one big piece, not separate pieces. So you don't want to stick to being zoomed in for too long, because otherwise those pieces won't match anymore. Okay, now that everything's sort of calmed down a little more in my personal life, I want to stream a lot more, because I haven't touched the Dragon Age stream in like 2 months. That is unacceptable for me. And so I'm planning on doing that again this Monday. And I want to try to do a Pokemon Nuzlocke stream of that newest one that came out, Diamond and Pearl, the remakes for it. However, I have not yet hooked up my Switch to Streamlabs yet. And so I'm going to be testing that out probably tomorrow. But if I can get it working, I want to stream that on Friday. I think that'll be fun. No, her finger's still too thick. And I was going to stream this on YouTube and Twitch simultaneously, but the problem I ran into today was I never activated my YouTube streaming thing. And that takes 24 hours after I sign the little terms of service agreement to actually get up and running. And with Streamlabs, I need to pay for their monthly service in order to do multi-streams. I didn't realize that until today. Like 2 hours before the stream started. I was like, ah, dang. So, I already have a Twitch, and I'm already comfortable streaming on Twitch. I'll just keep doing that. And I'll put the VOD on YouTube. However, the gaming VODs are going to go on the YouTube channel called Jarrell Streams, not so much the main streaming channel with my full name on it, because YouTube already kind of sees that channel as a visual arts channel, not so much a gaming channel, and so it completely buries any of my gaming content. So I'm better off starting the gaming channels from scratch and slowly making my way up to being partnered through that, which is unfortunate, but you gotta play to the algorithm. It's kind of the name of the game. But yeah, that's always been the downside of YouTube, is that not only do you have to give the people what they want, but you also have to feed your creative soul to do things that you want to do, as well as appease the algorithm. And that is a pain. But what can you do? The best thing you can do for that is to keep making content that enriches you, and hopefully people will still want to watch. Yeah, speaking of which, I'm probably going to be shifting the frequency of the animatics over to maybe once a month. That way I can keep the quality of the animatics high. Because I don't want the quality to dip too much, you know? Because then I want them to continue to be something that I'm proud of. And I feel like if I oversaturate you guys with those, they'll continue to get fewer and fewer views. And that's not fun. But as of now, I'm thinking of uploading those on the first Monday of every month. That way they stay fresh, they stay fun, for both you guys to watch and for me to make. And the quality will still be pretty high. But I did notice that if I upload them too frequently, the views tank. And that's not good for the channel. But we'll see. I'll try to maintain that for as long as I can. Let's add that little thumb there. There we go. Cool. Let's use little lines here. Go on to the fun parts. Yeah, I can actually upload my videos pretty quickly, but I risk burning myself out. And I have a full-time job in my personal life too, so it is the main reason why there's so much infrequency with the channel. Especially since my schedule is kind of random. my weekly schedule changes on a dime with my day job. And it's very physically demanding for me as well. Whoa, that is crazy. Like an average day at work is basically like spending 8 hours at a gym. There's normally not supposed to be a whole bunch of manual labor, but since I'm pretty much the biggest, strongest dude in my department, they always have me do all the heavy crap. And it wears me out, you know? And so then, after an 8-hour day, I come home, I do these storyboards for anywhere between 4 hours and 6 hours. And if I get a day off, it's pretty much my whole day is doing boards. I can crank these out if I have 2 days off in a row. I think my fastest turnaround was 3 days. I did the, what was the one? One with Percy and Vax in the bathtub. I did that in about 3 days. But that's only because I had 3 days off of work. And the Keyleth one, I think I did in 4 days. Which is great. Like, if I was able to do YouTube full time, I'll be able to crank these things out every week. But I do not. I don't make enough money on YouTube to warrant that just yet. But hopefully one day. But for now, I gotta change it up to where it's both healthy for my mind and my body and for the channel. Because I don't want to oversaturate you guys, I don't want to burn myself out. Because then no one's happy. I can draw fast, it really just depends. I'm not drawing fast today. As you can see. But I can be pretty fast. I think on average my animatics are about, I think 85 drawings-ish? Or between like 60 and 80 drawings. I can get those done in a couple days, but I'm literally spending all day doing those. Like, I'll find a fun video to watch in the background, or videos, and I'll just go to town for hours at a time. And hopefully I get faster with Storyboard Pro. I'm very fast when it comes to doing boards on Krita. Not so much Storyboard Pro, because I'm still getting used to the program. But I'm getting there, I'm catching up. The more I use it, the better I'll be with it. Yeah, coming from a animation background, I've gotten very fast at the sketching part anyway. Because 24 drawings per second is a lot of drawings. If you're doing everything on 2s, it's 12 drawings per second, which is still a lot. And anything I make is always pretty lengthy. Like, for example, if it's kind of buried in my channel, but I have my senior thesis film, which was 3 minutes. That took me about 4 months to do 3 minutes worth of work for an animation. Do I have another project already lined up? I have an idea of what I want to do next. Right now I'm working on a secret project I can't really talk about yet with a partner of mine. It'll be on the channel probably either January or February. Whoa. And I'm doing art for that on the side. As far as the Animatic goes, I technically have not started it yet. However, I have figured out what episode I want to do. It's under the campaign 1 video, but I haven't actually started drawing that yet. Am I using a mouse? I'm only using the mouse to navigate the painting, like I'm clicking down the middle mouse button to navigate around, but I'm using a drawing pen. The mouse is in my right hand, drawing pen in my left. But I'm not actually using the mouse to draw. That would be a nightmare. I actually did do that in high school once, where I drew with a mouth. I drew with a mouth. I drew with a pen in my mouth. No, I drew with a mouse only on MS Paint because I was young, ignorant, and didn't know what I was doing. I was like, ooh, digital drawing on software. I have MS Paint, I'll try to draw on that. And that was a nightmare. But hey, it was fun, I guess. God, I tried coloring a dude with baggy black pants. That took me all day in MS Paint. Go away, line. Yeah, I have ideas of what projects I want to do, but I don't have anything lined up. I did have these videos about a week in advance before. Like I did the Dorian one. That one took me 3 weeks. That was the longest I've ever took for one of my storyboards. But I did Dorian, and then I had the Superman one already finished and lined up because I did a class for that, which is also why there was a gap in uploads for the channel, because I had to focus on my storyboarding class. And then I worked on the Room for a Third video, which was already ready to go a week ahead of time as well. That's really difficult to keep up, especially with this time of year. My day job is super intensive, but things will die down once January hits and I'll be able to put out more content much faster. Pete's little feetsies. There we go. Yeah, I did not realize that he was a furry creature until I started looking up the official art for Laudna today. I thought he was skeletal. But you must have got him relatively recently then, because he would be rotting by now, right? Then again, it's D&D, they have spells for that. Let's see, I'm probably not going to draw the tail like I sketched it. Looks too much like his ween. So, how it's on from there? Maybe? There we go. And that's another irritating thing, is the delay with this. So when it has that little weird line thing, it takes me a little bit to get rid of it. Yeah, they have spells to keep things from rotting. If only we can do that in real life. Like, I would use that on my fridge, all the food in there. The cheese would last longer. God, my zucchini would last longer. Zucchini gets bad in like 2 days. And if D&D was real, like in our modern day settings, I would probably be either a paladin or a cleric. I mean, I'm not a religious person in real life, but I think it's awesome to be both a physical person and a magical person. Like a hybrid of melee and magic. I think that's fun. Because that's kind of inherent with their character classes. I mean, obviously, paladins are more physical and clerics more on the magical side, but I think that's really neat. Because I mean, like, if magic was real, why wouldn't I do magic, you know? That'll just make life so much easier. It'll be so dope. Although wizards can do all sorts of mundane spells, whereas paladins and clerics do, like, more healing and miracles and such. Like, they can't heat it or boil a pot of water from a distance like a wizard probably could. I don't know, maybe like a wizard fighter. I just want to do magic. I only know like one magic trick in real life, and it's a card trick that I learned off of YouTube. But every time I bust it, I always blow people's minds. It's great. Ah, I'm getting so loopy at this point. My lines are nowhere near being straight. Didn't we start a stabilizer at like 100? Now we're in the 400s. That's how bad I'm getting. Let's see. Let's zoom that in. Yeah, man, one day I would like to just quit my day job and be like, ha! I don't need y'all anymore. I'm gonna do YouTube for full time. They'll be like, what? What's YouTube? It's not a real job. I'll be like, shut up, yeah it is. I don't know, maybe by like 2024 I can probably pull that off. We shall see. Oh, what's the card trick? So it's basically picking your card from the deck, or you have someone pick a card from the deck and you will always be able to figure out which card it is. And honestly, it's just a math trick. Like, as long as you can count to, count to 11, you'll be fine. Because for whatever reason, with a stack of 21 cards, if you there we go. For whatever reason, with a stack of 21 cards, mathematically, if you use a specific formula and stick to that formula and do not deviate, the card that your person that you're playing with, whatever card they pick, you will always pick it. Always, always, always. After you deal the deck like 3 times and you pull the 11th card out, whatever card is the 11th, it will always be theirs. It's really freaky. Whoa, what even is that? How did I do that? Oh. I'm definitely getting a better glove. This is getting ludicrous. As I continue to stream, hopefully these little tiny issues will be a non-issue. Oh, no wonder my smoothing is off. There we go. How long did it take us to do that pouch? And Now for the little thread that she has. Oh, Tiffany, you were a young maiden? Did you get married already? Here we go. I didn't take that long. No, I totally did. Who am I kidding? There we go. This is our little wheel and thread, if I remember correctly. All right, so this is a circle. This is a circle. I'm terrible at drawing a circle, so I'm going to cheat. So I'm going to make a new layer. I'm going to press the circle button, and I'm just going to do this. Boom, there's our circle. I'm going to move that into place, warp it a little bit. I'm not going to waste my time struggling at a circle in front of all of you guys. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and duplicate that layer. Change the size again, and boom, baby. We have thread. Or a thread wheel. A wheel of thread. But you know what? I should probably make it just a wee bit smaller to actually have thread visible. Let me mess with this a little bit. So here I'm using the mouse specifically. I'm not even touching the pen. And then I'm gonna duplicate the original again. That way the outer layer can be thread, and the inner layer can be the little cork material. There we go. And you'll be able to see that once we color it a little more. What did I just do? There we go. And then merge these together. That together. One more time. Boom. There we go. I'm gonna have that connect on the inside. No! That was my hand. My hand needs to stop doing that. Okay. Now what's left? Where it's supposed to be. Thanks for stopping by, Miss Perfectly Splendid. It was nice having you. It was good seeing you guys again. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Ah, humbug. I cannot get this line straight. Line. I'm going to be wrestling with this hand all dang day. You know what? Can I just cheat with this one too, please? There we go. That's the ticket. Yeah, this stream's going to be winding down in a sec, so I think the line art idea was good. This painting this thing will take us forever at this pace, but we'll get there. Oop, I forgot to do her little hair. Here we go. And next stream, I swear I'll have the mic on from the start. Oh, I'm so embarrassed by that. That's how you know it's been so long since I've been streaming. And hopefully we'll fix that this coming month. I kind of want December to be a test for how many streams we can run, what we can stream, what people want to see, what's fun, all that stuff. We'll get it all figured out. Oh, I don't want to do these yet. Let's do the little wrinkles in the dress first. And then we can call it a night once we finish that. There we go. Yes, the entire stream will be available on YouTube. I'm gonna try to get the video rendered so that it'll be done by the time I come home from work tomorrow. And I will try to have it uploaded by Friday morning. And the time lapse, let's see, the time lapse will probably, I'm gonna aim for Monday, but we shall see. I have a full weekend ahead of me. I mean, in theory, it shouldn't take too long. Ah! What is this nonsense? See, this is why I'm glad I saved this last. My tablet will not agree with me with these lines. You know what? How about I put this on a separate layer, and I will duplicate these once they're done. And then I can fix it. See, and that's the beauty of working on different layers. I can do this. If you're working on a vector-based program like Toon Boom or Storyboard Pro, and I believe Clip Studio Paint has vector-based graphics. I'm not entirely sure myself. I haven't used it enough. I only used it the once. You can edit each line like that without having to do a different layer. It's great, you know? But here, since this is all pixels, we gotta be a little funky with it. Let me see, I'm gonna change perspective. That way I can warp this a little bit. Does that look right? No, I'm gonna have to do that from scratch. Can't cheat with that one. Yeah. And here's the struggle, getting my line to where I like it. No! I was so close. And that was a travesty from the start. Okay, let's do that again. Is this the one? Is this the one? Yes! Mostly. Let's see if we can salvage this one. I don't want to do this again. Whoa! Zoom in. back on. Where would I be without you smoothing? Freaking nowhere. I'd be a nobody without you. No! No! Cooperate with me, tablet. Cooperate. Oh, you guys, drawing a line is the biggest struggle. Struggle is real. Alright. Okay, come on. We just have to get from here to here. We can do this. We can do this. Alright. Here we go. Almost. Almost. We did it. We did it, fam. Oh my god. That was a struggle. That was an honest struggle right there. Ooh. Woo! We're almost done. What is with this floaty line over here? Fix yourself. There we go. I don't like. Whoa! The void. There we go. And then we gotta get those little, these little belty thingies. My brain is blank. How am I doing this? Merge. Also save. Merge. Okay, so we just gotta do these little arrow thingies. Which is basically like the little ends of the belt. That's okay, but not what I'm looking for. Oh, no wonder stabilizer is low again. There we go. And boom. Now, let's do. Hey, apples and sauce. Good to see you again. Alright, let me see. She has belt loops, right? Of course she does. How does she not? Oh, she kind of doesn't. These are like big gold buckles there. Alrighty, so let's go back to that blue. Let's build her some buckles real quick. And then we'll be able to call it a night. Because then we'll be done. That's not what I want. I'm gonna do that on this layer then. We're gonna go back to black. Make sure our smoothing is still up there. It's a couple of extra strokes. Not that stroke. Couple of extra strokes. Focused with great intensity. Great intensity. You don't believe that? I almost cussed in this stream. I'm trying not to cuss in these streams. Oh! Don't do this to me. Not when we're at the end. My hands are failing me. No! Go away! Do what I tell you, Pen. Nothing else. Please. There we go. And then let's just fix this little bitty here. Whoa. None of that rotating, please. Go. There we go. Boom! We got Laudna, baby. Boom. Look at that. Ah. I think we did good, guys. I think we did pretty good. At 9:01 too. Okay, so I see a mistake already. Fix it. No, that's the eraser. Fix it. Are you serious? How dare you? How dare you do this to me? And with that, we're good. This is a fun stream, you guys. I had a great time, especially when things started working, when my mic was finally on, I could finally talk to you guys. This was great. So the VOD will be available on YouTube as soon as possible. I'm aiming for Friday morning. And the time-lapse will be available probably this Monday, hopefully. Fingers crossed. And we'll pick this stream back up next Wednesday, and we're going to work on the painting side of things and get this thing nice and pretty. But hey, we did Laudna. Alright guys, thanks for joining me. I'll see you on the next stream. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Goodbye.